Hey my vintage paper lovers, welcome to Steph's Design Space where the past and the present meet you in journal form. My name is Stephanie and today we are going to add the signatures to this Scrabble board junk journal cover. So yesterday we left off where I had glued this down and letting it dry. So this is what it is going to look like. But today we are going to do the signatures. Now I'm doing a hidden spine, and the reason I want to do a hidden spine is because I don't want there to be anything on the outside. I don't want the thread coming, you know, covering that up. I want this to look like it does. So we are going to do a hidden spine. Now I have prepped a few things before the video, so I have already cut my wax thread, but just for those who may be brand new to junk journaling, you take your wax thread and you just measure the height of your journal times 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I always have extra because I don't trust myself. So I've already cut that. I have made a template because all the templates I have are for the regular 8.5 by 11. And I have created the hidden spine itself, so I wanted to have this dry. So all I did was I measured the spine, which is like a little over 11 by 1.5. I got some cardstock, cut it down to the spine size, and then I went ahead and covered it in the same red and white ticking. So I am going to sew the signatures onto this, and then we will glue this on the spine like so. So it all kind of goes cohesively together. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so all of this is prepared and ready. Now I have also pulled all sorts of papers to make my signatures. I'm going to do 2 signatures around 10 to 12 pages a piece. I don't know yet. So the best way for me to do this is to start creating 2 piles. I pulled these from my Autobahn book. He was a French artist, kind of like we like, what is her name? Oh my gosh, everyone like dies over Edith Holden. His are pictures like this is so gorgeous. So I pulled these 2. And remember, we're folding like this, right? So that's going to be a vertical, not so much a horizontal. All right, so we have those. I did pull 2 of these because I love putting envelopes in. I don't know that I'm going to use these, but they're here just in case. Obviously, 2 doilies. Now, when I'm doing my signatures, I like for my signatures to have generally the same the same type of items in each signature. I like the cohesiveness of it. Wallpaper, vellum, but it has like a little cloudiness to it anyway, so we have that. I did pull some black and white. I just got these. A lot of the items that you see that I'm using in this are on the website under the vintage paper bundle. So if you get the vintage paper bundle, you get a variety of these kinds of items to use. So this is just 1 page. So I'm going to set that to the side. I have these. Now when you fold it in half, it does kind of make it skinny, but I like having different like sizes. This is some vintage typing paper. It has the watermark, so it is made from cotton. It says it on the watermark, which I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not. It is 25% cotton. Is that what it says, or 85? I honestly cannot tell. But anyway, it's a very nice texture. I have this. Oh, I think this is what I did. I pulled that and then that. Okay. This is from a vintage typewriter lesson book. So we're going to use those. I have some coffee dyed graph paper. And then I coffee dyed some just regular notebook paper, and I have 2 of those. And then I have this really long vintage from 1901 ledger paper. So what I'm gonna do with this, I think, is I am gonna fold it like in half this way, because it already has like the fold for vertical. So I'm gonna fold it in half that way. And I'm gonna get my ruler. Is that the one that fell yesterday? I got some drawers, so I will be reorganizing some of the, oh, it's right here. That was, it was a snake, it bit me. Okay, so I am going to, there we go. Now put that back where it belongs. All right, so now we have this page and this page. All right, let's see how many pages we have for each signature. Put this over here. I love using the vintage pages in my signatures. I love using this kind of stuff, and then like all my decorations and stuff like that are colored, and I mean I use scrapbook paper in there too, but I really like using the vintage stuff as my bases and then using the other stuff. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going with it. So each signature is gonna have 14 pages. So we just need to get the fold in. So fold, I will determine like if I'm gonna trim or if I am going to make it into pockets or whatever once everything is done. Now I think I want this to be my center, right? So this is gonna be the very center of my book. So everything else goes around it. And this may be too big, honestly. So I think I am not gonna use this. I will save these for the different journals. Okay. Let's fold. But I want, what do I want up against this? I actually want, where is the page like that? Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay, I actually want this up against that. Okay, so I want it like that. And then I want, okay, this is fine. I may rearrange it, but let's go ahead and just get things folded and put in. So how is everybody doing? I am thinking about changing up my YouTube schedule. As much as I absolutely enjoy doing a video Monday through Friday, Monday being my live, right? So I go live on Mondays, and then I've been trying to do a regular video Tuesday through Friday. But y'all, I am spread pretty thin. You know, I have this whole business and it's doing really well. And so it is becoming difficult to do all the things and do them well, okay? Because here's the thing. I can do all the things. It's just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that being said is, you know, I don't feel like I'm doing all the things well. Some of my videos, I feel like I rush through them. They're not well thought out. I, you know, lose track and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to do this. I mean, better planning on my part, you know, of course. But, you know, there's only so many hours in a day, right? So, and I have a life and I have family and I have things that, you know, are above and beyond Steph's design space. So, I mean, all of that to say that I may be cutting back a bit on my videos. So, instead of doing 5, I may go down to 3. Because I also do special videos for what right now is Patreon, but I am moving that to Ko-fi. And yes, that is how you say it. I looked it up. So I'm moving that to Ko-fi because it's just cheaper. I don't want to have to raise my prices, and Patreon is, and I just, you know, I'm not feeling raising my prices for my people, so I'm gonna put this on the outside. Anyway, so I am transitioning to Ko-fi from Patreon. And y'all can check out my Ko-fi page. But I do exclusive videos for my Ko-fis. It's weird. I always called it my patrons, and now I'm having to switch it to Ko-fis, and anyway, it's neither here nor there. Okay, so this is my standard. So this is where everything needs to fit. So we're gonna do this whole signature together, and then when I put this one together, we're just gonna fast forward through that. But I want you to see the process. So this is gonna be my front page. That is the perfect length. So I'm gonna take these to the side. I am gonna take this and we're gonna fold this up to make pockets. Okay. So that is how that is gonna go. I wanna say this is the perfect size, although it's upside down. There. Oh, weird, it's one of those notebook things that is wrong. Okay, so that is gonna go right there. This is the perfect size, so we don't have to fold that. Right now, I'm just worried about the length, not the width. Because I know some of these are too long, but we'll address that shortly. I think all of these are good, though, as far as the length goes. This may be a little bit too long, but I will just trim it once it's in the signature, because that's just going to stick out a little bit, if at all. Let's see. Okay, I need to put all this together. Alright, let's do that. Yeah, see, this is going to stick out just a hair. But again, I will just trim that. Okay, so just wanted to kind of get that folded down. This, let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to make this a pocket because there's very little extra there, so we're just going to trim off the little extra. right. And I think I'm gonna trim off just a hair more, make it interesting. Okay, this is wallpaper. All right, this is my example. And then this one and the Autobahn. So this one, sometimes it's easier to use my like template example. Okay, and I am going to fold this in. And this side as well. Now I may switch it up and flip it out versus in, but right now I just need to get them folded so I know. Okay, so that is gonna go in. Now I may, like I said, flip this one out. Right, so then we have a flip right here, and then a flip right there. So I like kind of to mix it up, right? All right, now this one, the width is needs a little trimming, but the height is where I am. So that's the center, and I'm okay with having a pocket in the center. So we're just gonna take the words and make it a pocket like that. That's how that's gonna work. Okay. Now that that is done, let me get that all down in there. So this, oh goodness. Okay, where is this at? It's right behind that map. Okay. Now, without that, it makes it much easier to to do this. I can worry about the doily here in a minute. It doesn't make it easy. All right, so we have that. I don't, some people are like, just leave it. I don't really care for it like that. So I trim it. You can leave it. You can have page edges sticking out, you know, whatever you want. I prefer for it to be a little cleaner. I don't know, whatever. So I just do it that way. Okay, so this is done, and now all I have to do is put the doily in there. And I said it was something about the map. So this is where the doily was. Okay, so I am just going to use this and just trim that off. Again, it's just the easiest thing for me to do. And then I can make this like a tuck. So I'm going to fold it, and then we can tuck something in there. It can be a pocket, it can be a tuck, or it can just be a flip out. I'm good with it either way. And then this will just tuck in. then that should be good. Yep, perfect. And then that is going to go in here. All right, so I am going to follow the same recipe for the next one. So I'm just going to do that really fast and be right back. Okay, both of them are done. So now we get to clip them together and start sewing. And we have that one. Where is my, so there's thread. And here is the things. Okay, so I don't need that at the moment. I just need this right here. And okay. So this is my template for the spine, and I've already measured. So I don't know if y'all can see, but when I make a template, I just score it so I can very much see where the signatures are gonna go. And then I measure like 1/2 inch. This is actually more like 1 inch in. How much is that actually? Yeah, it's 1 inch in because it's so long. And then I find the center. So I've already marked my dots. So I know exactly where to punch the holes. And then I'll use the same template to do the signatures. So I'm going to punch the holes, and this is how we're going to sew it into the hidden spine. Okay, take that off. And see, I messed up on this one, trimming it, so those got cut off. But that's okay. I'm not going to stress over silly nonsense. Okay. Let me get all of this centered up. I know some of these are shorter. That is fine. Okay. Get that clipped. And then I just take this template and this is how I determine where the holes go. It's the same place I've poked the holes in the hidden spine. All right, hole. Now, I don't want to sew the template in there. I have almost done that before. How did these get tangled up? All right. And let me get my sewing needle. Oh, wherefore art thou, sewing needle? No? Huh. It is not... No, it is not there. That's alright. I have plenty. I just like the bigger ones. It's just easier. So let me grab that. It's probably in my other pin cushion. We're not going to stress over that. Alrighty. So I am going to go through the center. I'm going to do the last one first. It's because I really should clip my spine to my signature, but am I going to? No. Why should I do what I should do, right? Why should I do what I should do? It'd be helpful if I didn't have everything known to man still on my desk. Alright, now here is where I have to be careful so I don't split the thread. Oh wow, that was so easy. I better knock on some wood. That was so easy and that won't come through. There we go. And pull it tight. Now, I'm thinking I want to have this a little bit longer on the top, so I have the option if I want to have like a dangle off at the top, maybe some Scrabble pieces or something like that. So I am going to leave one of them long, this one, because it will hang over the top. I may decide not to do that, and then if I decide not to do it, I can always trim it after the fact, but I'm leaving the option open in the event, because I always hate when I'm like, oh man, I should have, but then, you know, it's too late, right? Okay, so that is a knot. Now what I am going to do is just, so this isn't flip-flopping everywhere, I'm going to do that. Now I still have to punch the holes in this one. Okay, I'll end up gluing that down. I will glue all the pockets and stuff after I get it sewn in. Okay, so that, just making sure everything is good. Okay, now the template for the holes. Now let me borrow this one for a moment. This will go with my other template, so I have it. It does make it easier. Uh-oh, hold on. I have to make sure. So I said this is the last one, and then I have to make sure, see that I am sewing it in not upside down. Okay, that is how it needs to be sewn in. Now, you may know where the needle went. Right here. All right, so we're going to sew this in, and then we are going to glue it in, and that will be the conclusion for today. So this is just making a hidden spine. Oh, good gravy. Really, like, the other one went in so perfectly fine. Maybe this end is better. My husband and our son are doing some cleanup. I don't know if y'all can hear the pressure washer and all of the door opening and closing 7,000 times. So I'm sorry if you can, but it is what it is, right? Life goes on. Okay, let's get this sewn in. I think I did the other one the opposite way. I mean, that doesn't really matter as long as you're going up, down, and around. Okay, not around that though. Oh, what are you hung up on? Okay, where? There we are. All right, that's good. Alrighty. Be careful so we're not splitting thread. Let me pull this all the way through. Okay. And the same concept. Oh, I did split the thread a little bit. I just felt it tear. Okay, let me make sure this is secure. It is good. So I'm just going to tie a couple of knots and a bow, and then we will glue it in. And the bow is just a little added touch. You don't have to do a bow. You can just do it and cut it and be done with it, but it looks good in the middle. Okay, and then I'm leaving that one long. Okay, and we can release. So these are our two signatures that somehow or another are very uneven. How did that even happen? Those are even. I didn't, oh, I must have turned the other thing upside down when I did it. Now, am I going to stress about that? Well, let me see what it looks like in here first. So if I'm gluing this, nope, I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to redo it. We're just going to leave it uneven. It is what it is. It's okay. Perfectionism is overrated. You can barely tell. You can't really tell looking at it. And once it's all decorated, it's going to be full and fluffy and all the things. So we are going to leave it. All right. I want to tuck these strings in though, because I don't need them to get hung up on any glue. So knowing that because I measured them precisely, I should have made sure I used, or maybe I turned it upside down, because this one is a little bit closer than this one, because this is like 11 and something. It's not even a full ½ inch. So anyway, it is what it is. But I need to make sure that I'm gluing it straight. So that is the front. It is going to get glued like that. And I am going to use Miss Glinda.
Be back.
I want to hold this. So let me, and, okay. So then I can see where the natural fold is. So I can set it down. I don't know if Glinda, because she is great. I am not 100% sure that I will be able to get this whole thing done, and I already know the answer to that, so we're not going to use Glinda. I'm not going to use Fabric Fusion. I have some other glue that I really like for this. It's Fusion Tack adhesive that I got from Hobby Lobby. A little bit really does go a very long way. It is a wet glue, but because this is a hidden spine, we're not going to see all of that, right? Okay, let me double check. Okay, that is the up is actually up. And I am not one of those people that will smear it with my finger if I don't have to. I would rather get a paintbrush out. Where is a ruler? I'm just trying to smush it. So it is smushed, and we are just going to clip this together and let it sit just like this. And when we come back, we will decorate. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of this fun journey making this journal out of a game board, specifically Scrabble. I have a couple of older Monopolies upstairs, and I'm thinking, I wonder I wonder if I can do that. I mean, I know I can. So stay tuned. We might be doing more game boards. Oh, you know what would be a good one is backgammon. That is a pretty board. Chessboard. So many possibilities. So make sure that you have rung that bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss when I go live and you don't miss any of my video uploads. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.